Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Welcome to another half hour of information to help you make the most of your time, to make informed decisions, and to keep up with goings on around Greater Augusta. So, how are those New Year's resolutions going? If you're like most of us, you did make a few. In a survey from online polling firm YouGov, nearly 70% of folks said they indeed set new goals for the coming year. Eating better and exercising more top the list, along with spending less money. Top New Year's resolutions include exercising more. 59% of us want to do that. Eat healthier. Save more money. Half of us say that. Lose weight. Reduce stress. 35% say they're going to stick to a budget. Get more sleep. That better self-care is so important. Spend more time with family. Number 9, learn a new skill. And number 10, one that's my favorite, travel more. 41% of women aim to eat healthier and get more exercise this year. And how about this? 42% of women intend to save more money in the new year. My first guest today can help us do that. Grace Helms is with SRP Federal Credit Union, and one of the things your institution offers, Grace, is the financial literacy program for all age groups.
Yes.
And boy, that's something all of us can use. Tell me a little bit about that, financial literacy.
Sure. We have a program that we can offer to anyone, just like you said, and the topics vary anywhere from investments, Social Security, how to budget, maybe how to purchase your first car responsibly or a first home buyer loan. We also can teach about spending responsibly, how to avoid internet scams. We have really a wide gamut of products available.
Now, when you say a program, do you mean that a real person is going to talk to me about it?
Absolutely, yes. We have a department that does just that.
Mm-hmm. I think that is really appealing because I know a lot of times banks will hand you a pamphlet.
Right.
But that's not the same thing as somebody really breaking it down. In fact, just yesterday I was talking to someone, she's a newlywed, and she was saying, you know what, gosh, I hear investments and this sort of thing. I don't even know where to start.
Right.
And I think a lot of people feel that way. And then suddenly you've been married 20 years and you haven't done anything about it because you never knew when to start. So how do you take somebody like that who's new in her married life and get them set on that kind of good financial future?
Periodically we offer, or at least quarterly, we offer classes or lunch and learn type programs where we invite members in to learn about the different topics, whatever the case may be, and we can have one-on-one conversations. We can facilitate, separate one-on-one meetings. If somebody needs a little more, then the class would provide.
One of the things that's so important, and SRP completely recognizes this, is that you've got to start young. And one of the things you all are looking to do is to facilitate financial literacy programs in the schools.
Yes.
And you call it your Spend, Share, and Save program.
Yes, that's one of our programs. Yes, ma'am.
How would that work?
So we go into the schools and we can teach it. Some schools are on block and some are on a traditional schedule. So we would first of all fit the program to the school's needs.
To the school schedule, right.
And then we would go in and teach the students how to spend and save in a responsible manner. And it's so important to get these students off on the right foot financially.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's just a subject that's not taught in school, and they're not getting it at home in most cases. So it's imperative that they learn this before they leave home. So we'll go in and we'll teach them in that time period, and then often the schools will have us back to teach, another subject as well.
And you start with young schools. I mean, young students. You can start this young.
Absolutely, elementary school, yes.
I often tell my kids who are in their 20s now that when I was a college freshman, I didn't know the first thing. I didn't know about a checking account or anything. But when you're a college freshman and you have those orientation events and weekends, you are inundated with all the local banks.
Right.
And they offer you all these great things. And so I immediately got a student credit card because it sounded great. Well, I thought it was a student allowance. And after about 3 months, I got a call from the bank to come in, and they told me that $300 limit, that was my limit. I couldn't keep spending it each month till I paid it off. It makes me mad now when I tell that story, that my parents didn't equip me any better. So I tried to do better with my kids, but I know I have fallen far short. So I think this idea of getting into the schools is great. Another way that SRP is supporting schools is through your Affinity debit card. Now this is something new.
Yes, it is. It's a program that we launched in August of this year, and we started it with Aiken County schools. It's where we've gone, and we're piloting it in high schools, and it's where we've gone in with the schools, and we have an agreement that they will brand a card. They'll put their own design on the card, and for every swipe of the card, the school receives money for the transaction. And that money does not come out of our members' pockets, it comes straight out of SRP.
For every time they use that card, and it's available to any of your members, right?
Any
Not
members,
just students, but any of...
Exactly, existing members and new members as well.
Do you designate the school you want to help? Or
The member does.
The member
does, yes. When you join or when you change your card, you would choose your card design. So it's great because it applies to current students, alumni, faculty, staff. You know, the list goes. Your aunt in another state could get it if they just wanted to support that particular school. So the list goes on.
I want you to touch just for a minute because they're starting to wrap us. This is like the difference with a community financial group as opposed to you know, some big bank, right?
Right. We are the largest local credit union, and we are a firm believer in giving back to the community that we live in and work in.
And they're not customers, they're members. You're a member of a credit union.
Yes.
Right. If you live or work in the community, isn't that right? You can be a member?
That's correct.
Great. Well, Grace, thank you so much for being here today. Again, this is Grace Helms with SRP Federal Credit Union, and we're going to have a lot more information on our website, WJBF.com. Just click the JENNIE link, and you can find out about the different initiatives she's talked about, and also get some ideas about talking to your kids about money and how to save ourselves as we launch this new year. We'll be right back. Coming up, they were trailblazers in Girl Scouting at a time when civil rights was in the headlines. Meet the women who formed the first integrated brownie troop here.